Hello, and thank you again for watching my videos. I'm sure most of you already know this, but I always want to point out, for the best quality, click on that little cog wheel that says HD, and always make sure that the quality is in 1080p HD. A lot of times it'll be in auto, which should automatically put it there, but just in case it isn't, you can obviously scroll up here and click that right there. And that'll give you the best quality of the video that you're watching. Many times if you subscribe and get alert that I've uploaded a video and you watch it, the quality won't be good. It won't be as good yet. It's still in standard definition. That's because it's still processing. The HD version is still processing. Just wait a few more minutes, hours, and it should upload to HD eventually. That's pretty much all I have. I think most of you already know this, but like I said, it never hurts to just double check and make sure you're aware of this. And one more little hint that YouTube will give you is you can always play any part of the video in super slow motion or fast forward motion. That's the playback speed. Obviously I keep it normal right now, but you can, slow down, fast forward any other play or part of the video you want to look at. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get to your video. Again, thank you for subscribing and watching. Good evening and welcome to Osgood Park, also known as the PAL Field, the Police Athletic League, and Al Beatty Field in New Britain, Connecticut. It is Saturday night, April 19th, 2025. We've got semi-professional football tonight with the New England Bulldawgz travel to take on the Connecticut Falcons. The New England Bulldawgz are 3-1, 3 wins, 1 loss. They suffered their first defeat last week to the East Coast Cardinals. The Connecticut Falcons are undefeated. They're one of 2 teams at the top of the division. 4-0, 4 wins, 0 losses, tied with the Seacoast Warhawks. And more impressively, the Connecticut Falcons have not given up a single point this year. But on paper, this should be a fantastic matchup. And I'll do my best not to miss any of the action. If you're watching on YouTube, give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. And listen, players swap jerseys all the time. I may mispronounce some names. Mistakes are going to happen. It's just one of those things. It's semi-pro football. It's bound to happen, so my apologies in advance if and when that does happen. All right, New England Bulldawgz versus Connecticut Falcons from the East Coast Football League Spring Conference 2025. That game is coming up next.
Shit on lock from Dubai back to the tree. Plus, yeah, brought that channel like Santana in 2009. Doing my business in what size of pretty shit and on each side. Used to serve.
See by the dawn's light, what's so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, and bright star through the perilous fight, o'er the
Yeah, it's the coin toss. It looks like the New England Bulldawgs win the coin toss. They elect to defer to the second half. And the Bulldogs will kick off to the Connecticut Falcons to start the game.
Sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reformed. May God be with you all.
I think that was number 3, Juan Manning, on the kickoff return for the Falcons. And now David Donahue and the Connecticut Falcons, they got their new home jerseys in. This is the first look, as far as I know, of their brand new home jerseys. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. David Donahue hands off to Morris Hilton Jr. He might have lost a yard. 2nd and 11. Donahue's going deep, looking for Alexander Tupou. They call him Toop for short. We learned that his last name is pronounced Tupou. Had 3 touchdowns about 2 weeks ago against the Boston Chargers. Was the player of the week. Had 2 long touchdown catches, I believe 51 and 30 yards, and then he had a kickoff return for a touchdown of about 70 yards. Actually, maybe closer to 80 yards. 3rd and 11. Donahue back to pass again. And it's complete. That one's complete to Alexander Tupou. And that's enough for a first down. It was about a 12-yard gain on the last pass play, 12 yards, 1st and 10 from about the 43-yard line. Handoff to Dennis Coleman, I believe. Yeah, and he's wrapped up for a loss. Big tackle for a loss by Antonio Colon. I've got a good look at Antonio Colon in the first game of the season when the Bulldawgz played the Tri-State Bruins in Springfield, Massachusetts. Antonio Colon had a monster game. I believe he had at least 2 touchdown catches, and he had some big returns on special teams. Looks like there's no gain, 2nd and 10. Play action, Donahue over the middle. Nice catch again by Alexander Tupou. Alexander Tupou with 2 big catches on this drive, keeping the drive going for the Falcons. 2 first downs. They're both passes from Donahue to Tupou. 1st and 10 from the 24 to 25 yard line. Donahue hands off to Morris Hilton Jr. Nice run by Morris Hilton Jr. Looks like an 8 or 9 yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and short. Looks like the ball's around the 16 yard line. Dennis Coleman slipped a couple tackles forward. Momentum might get him back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, no gain, 3rd down and about 1 or 1.5. Yeah, maybe lost a yard, 3rd and 2. Timeout called by the Falcons. Donahue calls timeout. So the Falcons want to talk this over. It's 3rd and about 2. All right, here we go. 3rd and short. Looks like Dennis Coleman's in the backfield now. David Donahue in shotgun under center. Donahue gives to Dennis Coleman, and he's going to get plenty of yards for a 1st down. It's about a 7 yard gain for Dennis Coleman. Dennis Coleman was instrumental in bringing a championship to the Connecticut Falcons 2 years ago, 2023. I believe that was, they played in the Big East Football League and they beat the New York Patriots. They took a year off last year. Now they're back again, this time playing in the East Coast Football League Spring Conference. Now you got Markel Dobbs in the backfield. Give us to Markel Dobbs, and he's going to get swarmed and tackled for a big loss. That was a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 15. There's Juan Lepeur. He's from French last name. Juan Lepeur on the defense and the offensive line there for the Falcons. David Donahue's pass is intercepted in the end zone for a touchback. Number 10 for the Bulldawgz with the interception. Johnson. Timeout called by the Bulldawgz. Interception was made by Tyquan Johnson. Tyquan Johnson, one of the co-captains for the New England Bulldawgz. All right, here we go. First play from scrimmage on offense for the Bulldawgz. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. A handoff. It's a tackle for a loss by Maz Mula Santana Washington leading the charge. Looks like Noonie Howard is taking the snap in shotgun formation for the Bulldawgz. Noonie Howard is going deep. The pass is broken up by Dennis Coleman. Good defense. Malik Williamson also back there. It'll bring up 3rd and long for the Bulldawgz. Nice pass over the middle. It's caught by, is it Tyquan Johnson again? It is Tyquan Johnson who had the interception to give the Bulldawgz the good field, to give the Bulldawgz the ball here in the offense. So Tyquan Johnson with an interception, a nice first down catch. On 3rd down and 12. About 14-yard gain on that last play from Noonie Howard to Tyquan Johnson. False start on the offense. There'll be a 5-yard penalty. 1st and 15. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 27-yard line for the New England Bulldawgs. Nooney Howard is going to roll to his right. There's a flag down. Offside on the defense, so it was a free play. Penalty is declined, so they'll accept the run play. It'll be 2nd down, as he picked up more than 5 yards. Interesting. He picked up about 6 or 7 yards. It's like it'll be actually 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 9 instead of 1st and 10. They elect to go 2nd and 9. Screen pass is complete. To number 8. That's enough for a 1st down. They're moving the chains. It must have been a big penalty. I missed the penalty because they're way up in Falcon territory now. Timeout called by the Falcons. All right, we are in the 1st quarter. There's no score in the game, no score. But the Bulldawgs are driving. And big tackle by number 24 for the Falcons. Loss of yard will be 2nd and 11. Number 24, William Gardner. William Gardner for the Falcons with a big tackle for a loss. Defense for the Falcons. Nooney Howard passes it over the middle. It's incomplete. Pass was intended for Tyquan Johnson. 3rd and 11. There's William Gardner. William Gardner with a big tackle for a loss on this drive, the 1-yard loss. Again, brand new jerseys, uniforms for the Connecticut Falcons. The home jerseys. Third down and 11 from the 40-yard line of the Falcons. Flag is down. Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. Back him up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 16 from the 45. Here we go, 3rd and 16 from the Falcons' 45-yard line. No score here in the 1st quarter. And down goes Nooney Howard. Looks like a combined sack by the Falcons. I think that's Anthony Nooney Ellis leading the charge there for the Falcons. Yeah, Anthony Nooney Ellis. And it's 4th down and very long for the Bulldawgz. They'll probably punt it away. It's about 4th and 20. Just barely gets the kickoff. And the Falcons will take over. 1st and 10. 1st and 10 Falcons. We got no score here in the first quarter. Okay, I said it was going to be a good one on paper, and so far it's turned out to be pretty good. It's a defensive battle. End of the first quarter, we've got no score between the New England Bulldawgz and the Connecticut Falcons. We'll take a break, show you the graphic, and come back and start the second quarter. All right, here we go. First play in the second quarter is a handoff to Morris Hilton Jr., and he's going to lose yards. Looks like Smith was in there for the Bulldawgz. And Dennis Coleman is going to get wrapped up for a big loss on the play by number 55. About a 6-yard loss. Third and long, very long for the Falcons. Donahue over the middle. And it's caught. Big catch by John Cahill. John can't guard Cahill. Boy, it was 3rd and a mile, and the Falcons just converted. That's a huge first down for them. About a 30-yard gain in the last play by the Falcons. Donahue to Cahill, 30 yards. And Dennis Coleman with the carry. Picks up about a yard, maybe 2. One-yard gain, 2nd and 9 from the Bulldawgz' 45-yard line. Donahue back to pass. And it's complete to John Cahill again. Two big connections from David Donahue to John. Can't guard Cahill on this drive. That was about a 34-yard gain on the last play from Donahue to Cahill. So they've connected on 30 yards and 34 yards this drive to keep the drive going. That's Morris Hilton Jr. taking it up the middle. Drives forward for a couple of yards, maybe 3. Looks like he picked up 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 9-yard line. So looks like the Falcons can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown if they get it to about the 1-yard line. That's Kevin Young blocking up front. I think. I might have misread that jersey number. No, it's 61. Sorry, Kevin Young's 51. Pass is broken up by Antonio Colon. Timeout called by the Falcons. It'll be 3rd down and 9. All right, here we go. Falcons coming out of the timeout. 3rd and 9. Morris Hilton Jr. is in the end zone for a touchdown. 9-yard touchdown run by Morris Hilton Jr. And the Connecticut Falcons draw first blood. They strike first. They lead 6-0 as Morris Hilton Jr. knocks down Malik Williamson in the celebration. 6-0 Falcons. Tommy Cotero will come on and attempt the extra point. Or will he? They may go for 2 instead. Looks like they're going to go for a 2-point conversion instead of the extra point. Donahue back to pass. He's got a receiver caught for the 2-point conversion. John Cahill. John can't guard Cahill, who had a couple of really big catches on this drive to keep the drive alive. Now he's got a 2-point conversion, and the Falcons lead 8-0. Capped by a 9-yard touchdown run by Morris Hilton Jr. That is what you call confidence in your veteran running back. At 3rd down and 8 or 9. The 9-yard line they give to Morris Hilton Jr. He just powers his way into the end zone. Morris Hilton Jr. is helping Divine Jackson and Shaq Jones and Mike Rudowitz in coaching the only junior college football program in Connecticut, the Connecticut State Wildcats. And he's setting an example right there for his young players. that touchdown run in semi-professional football for the undefeated Connecticut Falcons. There's Tommy Cotero. They say, hey, Tommy, take a break. We're gonna get the 2-point conversion, and they lead 8-0.
I need one!
It looks like there might have been an unsportsmanlike, some kind of penalty, maybe unsportsmanlike, because the Falcons are kicking off at their own 20-yard line. The Falcons have one of the best kickers in the league in Camuel Lawrence. Cam Lawrence has one of the strongest legs in the league. I'm going to show you why right here. Booming kick. Scooped up at about the 15-yard line by Tyquan Johnson. And he's going to get roped down, thrown down by Malik Williamson. Malik Williamson had a similar tackle like that on special teams a week ago against the Tri-State Bruins. Malik Williamson, originally from Germany, Brittberg, Germany, I believe, something like that. And then he moved to Georgia and was playing football. He came to the United States and started playing soccer first, and then he picked up football, was playing in Georgia before moving to Connecticut and playing for Hamden. And he also played for the New Haven Steelers. And he started playing with the Connecticut Falcons about 3 years ago in 2022. He's had a huge impact ever since. Was the player of the game, player of the week last week. Monster numbers, including a blocked punt, tackles, a couple of sacks, tackles, a bunch of tackles for losses. Was part of the safety. And of course a 59 or 60-yard touchdown catch last week. That's a tackle for a loss. Looks like Dobbs was in on the tackle for a loss there. Trayon Dobbs. Now they're basically saying no gain, 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Handoff again goes nowhere. That Falcon defense is swarming. Again, Trayon Dobbs looks like he was in there. That's Antonio Colon breaking a bunch of tackles. Antonio Colon is a playmaker. When he touches the ball, big things can happen, as he showed in the first game this year when the Bulldogs beat the Tri-State Bruins. Looks like it's 3rd and short. Well, there's a penalty, I guess, on the Bulldawgz, so they're going to bring it back. Third and about 6 or 7. Oh, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Man Thomas. Terrence Man Thomas with the interception for the Connecticut Falcons. Jeremy Perry likes what he sees there. Terrence Man Thomas telling William Gardner that is how you do it. Nice interception by Terrence Man Thomas. All right, Falcons take over in Bulldawgz territory. 1st and 10, David Donahue hands off to Dennis Coleman. And Dennis Coleman, with his speed, is off to the races, and no one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Connecticut Falcons. Dennis Coleman. If it holds up, I heard a whistle. And they're not going forward, so it looks like it might be an offensive foul, offensive penalty. Yeah, as a penalty, I didn't quite see what the call was. Maybe holding. I wish the lead official would wear a white hat to make it stand out more as to who's making the calls here, but I believe this official is the one making the calls, the lead official. And there no touchdown for the Falcons. We're going to replay first down. All right, so the Falcons will try again. Off to Maz Mula, Santana, Washington. Picks up about 3 yards. Donahue, quick pass. Screen pass to Malik Williamson. He picks up another 3 yards. We got a personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. That'll be an automatic first down. That's a big penalty. Alright, so the Falcons will have it 1st and 10 at the Bulldawgz. Looks like 31-yard line now. Hand off to Morris Hilton Jr. Has the only touchdown of the game so far. Dives forward for a couple of yards. That'll bring up 2nd down for the Falcons. That's the 2-minute warning, 2 minutes until halftime. That's Coach Ish, Muhammad Ishmael, longtime coach for the championship Windsor Flyers. Now I believe, well, yeah, now he's coaching one of the coaches for the New England Bulldawgz. I'll tell you, Coach Ish is one of the best coaches in the league, too. You'll hear a lot of his players say that, including James DiBenedetto and Junior Hendricks. And that is caught for a touchdown. John Cahill. David Donahue to John can't guard Cahill. And that might be your early, very early nominee for Player of the Game or Player of the Week, or Player of the Week. John can't guard Cahill had two really big catches to keep the drive alive in that first quarter. Now we've got a touchdown pass. From David Donahue, and the Falcons lead 14-0. Somebody's on the same page as me. I said Player of the Week too. I heard somebody just say that as well. Early candidates. Still plenty of game to be played here. And now we got Tommy Cotero on for the extra point, trying to make it 15-0. Low snap held by Malik Williamson. It's up and good. Nice job by Malik Williamson to get the ball down, and Tommy Cotero knocks it through.
That nigga go right on my ankle. I said, fuck.
There's Tommy Cotero with the extra point, making it 15-0 in favor of the Connecticut Falcons. He scored all 15 points so far here in the second quarter. All right, so probably about a minute and change left here in the first half. The Connecticut Falcons 15 and the New England Bulldawgz 0. I'm wondering if there was another penalty at the end of that touchdown, after the touchdown, because they're kicking off once again at their own 20-yard line. I don't think that's the normal position to kick off from, so there must be some penalties being made by the Falcons. At least it appears that way. But Cam Lawrence ready to kick off. It's a line drive, but it's deep. Oh, did I miss him? Sorry about that, I kind of missed him. That was Antonio Colon, I think? Yeah, Antonio Colon on the return. That was a great kickoff return by Antonio Colon. It's 1st and 10 at the Falcons' 40-yard line. There you got Curtis Dowers in there at quarterback, and he finds Antonio Colon for a completion. And time is ticking now. Curtis Dowers is a very good quarterback. Over the middle, it's incomplete. Again, looking for Antonio Colon. Dowers complete to Tyquan Johnson. And Tyquan Johnson makes some good moves and picks up the 1st down. Timeout called by the Bulldawgz. Bulldawgz have it 1st and 10 at the Falcons' 16-yard lines. The Falcons cannot let their guard down. They have not given up any points yet. Bulldawgz trying to get on the board here before halftime. It's an option pass. It's incomplete. A little trick play. Looking for Antonio Colon. That might have been the last play of the half. Or is it? No, there's still 4 seconds. I just heard 4 seconds. So the Falcons are going to play a lot of people deep here and prevent. The Bulldawgz got to take a shot at the end zone here. If they do, and it's successful, it'll be the first points given up by the Falcons this year. Dowers going deep. It's going to be overthrown. Barring any flags, that should be the end of the first half. The official raises his hat, indicating the end of the first half. Connecticut Falcons 15, New England Bulldawgz 0. All right, here's your halftime score. The Connecticut Falcons 15, New England Bulldawgz 0. We'll take a break, show you the graphic, and then come back and start the second half, third quarter. All right, it's a short kick to start the second half, third quarter. Try to catch him off guard with maybe a little onside kick. But nice hands team there by the Bulldawgz, number 18. The Bulldawgz will have pretty good field position to start the second half. Before the snap is a timeout on the field by the Connecticut Falcons. All right, we'll try it again. 1st and 10. At the 45-yard line, 44, 45 of the Falcons. First play from scrimmage on offense. Somebody definitely jumped. There's a late flag. Might be a free play. It's going to be offside in the defense. Encroachment on the defense. Replay, first down, 5-yard penalty. Nooney Howard has a tough time holding on to the ball. He does pick it up. Oh. And a big sack by Billy Demers.
You should have Cam Newton that shit, baby. You should have Cam Newton that shit. Get the fuck back. I'm laying your ass out every time.
Billy Demers, a big sack of Nooney Howard. Billy Demers probably had his best year 2 years ago when helping lead the Falcons to a championship game, a championship season in the Big East Football League when they beat the New York Patriots. Billy Demers with some words for Antonio Colon. The ball was turned over. I didn't realize that. Maybe I guess there's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the Falcons. Now there's a timeout called by the Bulldawgz. So I guess a forced fumble. Well, I know that Nooney Howard had a difficult time holding on to the ball when it was snapped to him, so I don't know if it's a forced fumble or just a fumble on the snap. So either way, it's a turnover and the Falcons have the ball. All right, Falcons have it 1st and 10 right at midfield. The give is to Coleman, and he's tackled immediately by number 55. But a big tackle for a loss in the first half for the Bulldawgz. It's a 2-yard loss. Donahue hands off again to Dennis Coleman. And Dennis Coleman is going to be wrapped up for another big loss. The Falcons slow getting up. That is, I think, yes, Juan Lepre, slow getting up for the Falcons. And I want to thank the Falcons for helping me pronounce his name, Leper. It's like a French pronunciation, Juan Lepre. Thank you to Samantha Morisseau. We talk about French pronunciations. And Erica Munoz is also helpful with some names too. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Samantha Morisseau. She goes by Nunya Manthia. which means none your business. I'm just kidding. I just made that up. Sorry. Anyway, 3rd down and very long for the Falcons from their own 45-yard line. Donahue is back to pass. And that was very nearly intercepted by Todd Barito. Todd Grease Barito almost had a sensational one-handed interception, but nonetheless it was a great defensive play knocking it down and bringing up 4th and a mile for the Falcons. That's Morris Hilton Jr. back there. Oh, he's blocking, sorry. I was going to say, Cam Lawrence will do the punting for the Falcons. Well, Juan Lepre, that's a good sign, seeing him getting back out there after being slow getting up, and that's not a serious injury. Cam Lawrence with a nice punt. And it takes a nice Falcons bounce. Antonio Colon trying to do something with it, but he's not going to be able to get anywhere. And that's what you got to do if you're the Falcons. You do not want to give Antonio Colon room to run and make some moves and break tackles. He's a very elusive runner and can make a lot of big plays for the Bulldawgz. You want to keep a short field with Antonio Colon. Looks like the ball's at the 10-yard line. I don't know if there was a penalty or not at the end of that play. The Bulldawgz have a 1st and 10 for their own 10-yard line. Dower is going to keep it himself and pitch it at the last second. And a flag gets thrown in as Trayon Dobbs wraps up Antonio Colon in the backfield. Let's see what the penalty is going to be about. Holding on the offense. The Falcons may want to decline this. Holding on the offense. The penalty is declined. 2nd down. Looks like a loss of about 3 yards. It's 2nd down and 13, I want to say, at the 7-yard line. Curtis Dowers is back to pass over the middle. It's complete to number 32. And that's enough for a 1st down. They're moving the chains. It's good. That was good for 15 yards. Another short pass from Dowers. To Antonio Colon. They'll bring up 2nd down. No gain on that last play. 2nd and 10 from, it looks like, the 22-yard line. It could be a free play for the Bulldogs. Dowers in huge trouble. They're going to blow the whistle. Momentum was stopped, but it might be a free play anyway. It is going to be offside on the defense or encroachment. Pass is incomplete. He was looking for Tyquan Johnson. Curtis Dowers back to pass, and that was almost a one-handed interception by Malik Williamson. Who else? Malik Williamson of the monster game a week ago. Well, there's a penalty again that I missed on this play. Sorry about that. They're going to mark it as a first down. So first down for the Bulldogs. Maybe they called pass interference. I don't know. That pass is over the middle, incomplete. Tremaine Barnes, Maine Barnes, was back there on defense for the Falcons. Second and 10 for the Bulldogs. Curtis Dowers back to pass over the middle, incomplete, looking for number 4. Third down and 10. Curtis Dowers again, back to pass. He's in trouble. Scrambling. He's going to be very close. Oh, that was Nooney Howard. My apologies, Nooney Howard. Well, they're going to mark it just short. It'll be 4th and inches, it looks like. And there's a Connecticut Falcon down on the ground. Looks like he's going to get back up. That's a good sign. That's William Gardner. William Gardner's slow getting up. Let's hope he's all right. He's a longtime veteran football, semi-pro football player. Oh, they're going to measure this. That looks like a first down. It is a first down. So the New England Bulldawgs will keep the drive alive. We're in the third quarter. Falcons lead 15-0. Nooney Howard scrambles. He throws it. It's complete. And down the sideline is Antonio Colon. Almost broke it. My unofficial count for that last play was good enough for 44 yards. 44-yard pass play from Nooney Howard to Antonio Colon. Nooney Howard under center with Tyquan Johnson. Now he's moving up. Nobody in the backfield. Nooney Howard's a good scrambling quarterback. Rolls to his left. Quick pass is complete. Incomplete. He was looking for Devontae. Unless that's wrong. Devontae Lowe. Yeah, that was intended for Devontae Lowe, but the pass is incomplete. Just a heads up, my camera battery has just started to flash, meaning I need to change my battery. I'm hoping I can get a play in before it goes dead on me. So, oh wait, it might be in my best interest here. Well, it's a delay of game, 5-yard penalty on the Bulldawgs. I'm going to do a quick battery change. All right, got the battery change in time here. First and 15 from the 18-yard line. The handoff to number 33. It's tripped up. Nice tackle by Billy Demers. It's a flag down. Looks like holding. Holding on the offense. Yep, so they're going to back him up and replay the down. Oh, it's second down and a mile now for the Bulldawgs. There's movement. The wide receivers jumped on offense. The question is, were they drawn offside? Were they drawn? Were they drawn by the defense? Let's see what the call is. Offside on the defense or encroachment. It's a 5-yard penalty, replays second down. Nooney Howard's got a blocker. He's going to run with it. And Nooney Howard with a big run. It's going to be about 5 or 6 yards short. It'll be third down. And now we got a timeout on the field by the Bulldawgz, I think. Yep, timeout called by the Bulldawgz. They are driving, trying to be that first team to score on the Connecticut Falcons. First team in 5 games. It's 15-0. We're in the third quarter. Falcons lead, but the Bulldawgz are knocking on the door. Nooney Howard's going to keep it himself. Nooney Howard, that's all willpower right there. And he gets knocked in right at the yard marker. Pushed out of bounds. But it's going to be short of the first down or touchdown. The yard marker looks like he's kind of broken or bent. Looks like the ball's on the 7-yard line. It's going to be fourth down. Yard marker got it. Looks like the yard marker took the worst of it in that last play. It's fourth down. Nice snap. Nooney Howard picks it up. He's going to run with it. He's got a blocker. And Nooney Howard, how about that? He takes it in for a touchdown. The first touchdown, the first points given up by the Connecticut Falcons this year in the spring. Oh, that wasn't Nooney Howard. That was that was Antonio Colon. My apologies. That was Antonio Colon. Antonio Colon with the touchdown run for the New England Bulldawgz. And now they're going to go for 2. Colon eluding some tackles, throws it, and it's intercepted. That could be 2 points if it goes the other way by Anthony Nooney Ellis. Anthony Nooney Ellis is going to run out its real estate. Interception by Anthony Nooney Ellis, and its score will be 15-6 in favor of the Connecticut Falcons. My apologies, that touchdown was scored by Antonio Colon.
Who's here to play ball?
They put Antonio Colon in the backfield under center.
Anybody else stay back behind the line, please?
And I completely missed the jersey number until the very end. So it's Antonio Colon with the touchdown, the first player and team to score any points at all on the Connecticut Falcons. And it's 15-6 now, the Falcons with the lead. And it looks like that touchdown from the New England Bulldawgz, Antonio Colon, I believe is a 7-yard run. That was the last play of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter. The Connecticut Falcons 15 and the New England Bulldawgz 6. It's a 2-possession game. But we'll take a break and show you the graphic and come back and start the fourth and final quarter. Here we go, start of the fourth quarter.
Look, y'all thought I was tripping,
The handoff goes to Dennis Coleman. He's going to get tackled for a loss. Again, they give us to Dennis Coleman. Dennis Coleman cuts to the outside. Well, there's a penalty on the play, and it's on the Falcons. I think it was holding on the offense. A timeout called by the Falcons. They want to talk this over. Falcons lead 15-6. We're in the fourth quarter. Donahue going deep, and it's broken up by Antonio Colon. looking for Markel Dobbs. It's 3rd down and 23. David Donahue screen pass. And still on the run after breaking some tackles is Morris Hilton Jr. Nice catch and run. Gets it to midfield, but they're still going to be about 13 yards short. Pickup of 10 yards on the play. It was 4th and 13. Well, you know, the Falcons are going to go for it. It's a 2-possession game. If it's a 1-possession game, it's another story. The Bulldawgz got to score twice to win this game. So I don't think the Falcons have a whole lot to lose by trying to go for it here. David Donahue back to pass. And it's complete. And the second effort, that's Alexander Tupou. Alexander Tupou has the catch and the first down and a lot more. He needed to get to the 37-yard line. He got to the 32. 18-yard gain. It's a handoff to Morris Hilton Jr. Donahue is throwing behind Dennis Coleman. He didn't quite see it, I don't think. Incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9. Donahue going deep. And it's incomplete, looking for Malik Williamson. Leak wants a penalty, but I don't think there's any flags thrown. He wants pass interference. All right, looks like the Falcons again are going to go for it on 4th down. Here the second time this drive. They converted earlier when Donahue found Alexander Tupou. Donahue back to pass again, and he overthrows it out of bounds. That's incomplete. And barring any flags, that'll be a turnover on downs. Uh-oh. The lights just went out. The lights just went out. Somebody did not pay the electric bill. I mean, we're at least midway, if not almost to the end of the 4th quarter, end of the game anyway. The Bulldawgz are going to take over 1st and 10. They're down by 9. It's a 2-possession game. Unless they get these lights back on, they might just call it here. Oh, the lights are back on. They got the lights back on. The check cleared. They got the lights back on. And it looks like we will finish up this game. That's Antonio Colon. Wow, he's got a big burst of speed. Boy, he almost broke it. He gets pushed out of bounds. That's going to be coming back, holding on the offense. Curtis Dower's pass is intercepted, and he loses footing on the return. That might be L.B. Lassane Jr. No, that's 00. That is Devontae. Oh, it's the Valley General. Sorry about that. Daquan Hamilton. That was Daquan Hamilton. I just couldn't think of his name. Sorry about that. Yeah, he plays for the Valley Generals in the Summer League and the Connecticut Falcons in the Spring League. So Daquan Hamilton with the interception. I'm telling you, he might have had a pick six if he didn't lose his footing. But nonetheless, it was a turnover and a nice catch by Daquan Hamilton. That's a big run by Dennis Coleman, and Dennis Coleman is in the end zone for another touchdown for the Connecticut Falcons. 36 yards, I believe, for Dennis Coleman. And that's the icing on top, the cherry on top. That should do it. Falcons lead 21-6. Dennis Coleman had a very late touchdown last week against the Tri-State Bruins that put it away. And he does the same thing right here tonight. Tommy Cotero is on for the extra point. He's 1 for 1 tonight. Kick is up, and the kick is good by Tommy Cotero. He's 2 for 2. 22-6. 22-6, the Connecticut Falcons over the New England Bulldawgs. We're going to keep a close eye on the official to see if there's going to be a kickoff or not. Well, they're going to kick it off. Still time on the clock. Connecticut Falcons 22, New England Bulldawgs 6. We are late in the fourth quarter. All right, Camuel Lawrence back to kick off for the Falcons. Big booming kick. He's going to go out of the end zone for a touchback. Did a good job of keeping it out of the hands of Antonio Colon. I just heard that there's 3 minutes left in the game. 3 minutes. Dowers' pass is complete. It's only a 5-yard gain. Antonio Colon on the catch. 2nd and 5, and the clock is ticking. No sense of urgency from the Bulldawgs here as they go into a huddle. It's actually still a it's still a 2-possession game. The Bulldogs would need a lot to have happen. That's Antonio Colon. No, it's Tyquan Johnson. Tyquan Johnson with the big catch and run. That last play was good for 50 yards, a 50-yard play. Curtis Dowers to Tyquan Johnson. Bulldogs need a touchdown to 2-point conversion, an onside kick, and another touchdown to 2-point conversion just to tie it. Curtis Dowers going at the back of the end zone, incomplete, off the fingertips. 32. Dowers back to pass. Tries to thread the needle. It's incomplete. Broken up by Anthony Nooney Ellis and Malik Williamson. Raindrops are starting to fall. Hoping to avoid this. Curtis Dowers got a lot of time, all sorts of time, and now he's going to get sacked. Anthony Nooney Ellis in there. It brings up 4th down. Would not surprise me if this is the last play of the game. Dowers looking at the pass. Again, he's got all the time in the world. Over the middle, it's intercepted. Intercepted, it looks like it was intercepted in the end zone by Malik Williamson. Who else? Oh, and he lost the ball and he picked it back up. Malik Williamson with a possibly game-ending interception. I didn't see the official raise happen. I believe I might have missed it, but that's the end of the game. Malik Williamson with a game-ending interception. Connecticut Falcons are undefeated still at 5-0. They did give up a point for the first time, but they'll cut out of here with a big 22-6 victory over the New England Bulldawgz. John Cahill had a big game. 2 big catches on a drive that kept the game going and kept the drive alive for the Falcons. And he also had a big touchdown catch and a 2-point conversion, a big tackle on special teams. I don't know if he's going to get player of the week, but if I had a vote, he'd be player of the game, that's for sure. John Cahill, great game tonight. Okay, that'll do it for me from Osgood Heights Park, Al Beatty Memorial Field, the PAL Field in New Britain, Connecticut. It is Saturday night, April 19th, 2025. Happy Easter weekend. Tomorrow is Easter. And the Connecticut Falcons win the game 22-6 over the New England Bulldawgz. The Connecticut Falcons move to 5-0. They're undefeated, 5 wins, 0 losses. New England Bulldawgz fall to 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses. They've now lost their last 2 games in a row. If you watched on YouTube, give a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your evening, and please get home safe.